Shakyamuni Buddha. Dear Virtue's lay followers, today, in this tranquil moment, amidst the echoing temple bell and the drifting fragrance of incense, I would like to invite you all to contemplate a subject that is both intimately close and profoundly deep: emotional reactions, the doorway to either suffering or peace. In our daily lives, we walk amid the whirlwind of worldly affairs. Each day, every hour, even in every fleeting moment, our minds are exposed to countless external stimuli: a harsh word, a cold glance, an unfair criticism. And what do? We react. We react as a habit. We react like a machine. Some become angry. Others bear grudges. Some shut their hearts. These reactions may seem natural, but in reality, they are manifestations of ignorance, the lack of mindfulness. We have never been taught how to sit with ourselves, how to observe our emotions without being swept away by them. Beloved friends on the path, in the Buddha's teachings, we learn that the mind is the source of all actions. If the mind is disturbed, our actions lead to suffering. But if the mind is calm, our actions radiate compassion and wisdom. We often think that others cause our suffering. But as stated in the heart of the Buddha's teaching, the Buddha teaches, we suffer not because of the world outside, but because of our clinging and distorted perceptions within. So instead of reacting hastily, dear friends, let us practice pausing. When someone criticizes you, rather than flaring up in anger, ask yourself, where is this emotion coming from? What part of me is hurt? Can I observe this emotion like a passing cloud, without chasing it or pushing it away? Sit down. Breathe in gently. Breathe out deeply. In each mindful breath, you are returning to yourself, to the peaceful island within your own heart. The book Meditation and the Art of Happiness shares this insight. Emotions are waves. If you learn how to sit firmly in the boat of your consciousness, the waves will not drown you. Indeed, meditation is a miraculous remedy that helps us observe without merging, to understand without sinking into the emotion. When we understand, anger fades. When we understand, compassion arises. And from there, our actions become a light that illuminates, not a fire that consumes. Dear practitioners, a single impulsive reaction can destroy a 10-year relationship. One careless word may sow seeds of suffering that last many lifetimes. But likewise, one mindful pause, one compassionate look, can dissolve hatred and bring peace to ourselves and others. Let us remember the Buddha's words from the Dhammapada. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows him. But if one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows him like a shadow that never leaves. So you see, strength does not lie in reacting, but in not reacting. And in that very stillness, a vast ocean of wisdom and compassion begins to open. I encourage you to practice meditation every day. Just 10 minutes, sit quietly, follow your breath in and out, and observe your emotions. Don't judge them. Don't run away. And don't cling to them. Simply befriend them, as a gentle mother embraces her crying child. It is in that space that wisdom blossoms and the path to liberation begins to unfold. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Continuing from our previous contemplation on emotional reactions, today I would like to gently lead you deeper into a miraculous path that the Buddha transmitted more than 2,500 years ago: meditation, the path that brings us back to mindfulness, back to ourselves, and empowers us to master our emotions. Many people mistakenly think that meditation is simply sitting still with eyes closed, or something only for monastics. But that is not the truth. Meditation is not something foreign or mystical. It is, in fact, an art of living mindfully in everyday life. Meditation is stopping to see clearly. It is looking deeply to understand. and it is touching life fully in every breath. Thich Nhat Hanh, healing through breathing. Dear friends on the path, when a strong emotion arises such as anger, worry, or jealousy, meditation helps us not to be swept away by that emotion. We are no longer its victim. Instead, we become its master. But this transformation cannot happen without practice. 1. Returning to the breath, the foundation of mindfulness. Each day, please find a quiet moment. Sit down. There's no need for a rigid posture. Just keep your back straight, your heart relaxed, and place your full attention on your in-breath and out-breath. Feel the air gently entering, cool, calming. And feel it leaving, slow and peaceful. At that moment, the breath becomes a bridge between body and mind, a stable anchor that brings you home to the present. With consistent practice, you will witness something wonderful. Whenever emotion arises, you can return to your breath instead of reacting impulsively. 2. Recognizing emotions without judgment. In meditation, we learn to observe our emotions as a mother would hold her crying child, without pushing away, without suppressing. Just recognize and embrace. When anger arises, don't say, "I'm bad because I'm angry." Simply acknowledge, "Hello, anger. I see you're here. I will breathe with you." This is the practice of mindfulness of feelings, Vedanta sati, as taught in the suttas. It is also the practice of self-compassion. We don't run away. We don't suppress. Instead, we look deeply to understand and transform. 3. Looking deeply into the roots of emotions. Every emotion has its cause. Sometimes we get angry not because someone spoke harshly, but because there's an old wound inside that hasn't healed. Meditation allows us to look deeply into that root. Emotions are like smoke. If you follow the smoke, you'll discover the fire. Meditation and the art of happiness. When we see the fire clearly, we no longer blame the smoke. And then, our heart softens. Our mind shines with clarity. Dear beloved practitioners, meditation is not an escape from life. It is a way to return to life without losing ourselves. When we meditate daily, the mind becomes as steady as a mountain, no longer tossed around by emotional storms. From there, we can act with compassion and wisdom. Though the winds of change blow fiercely, the meditative mind does not tremble. Steady as a rock in the river, it remains unmoved by the world. Sutta Nipta. Suggested practice. Each morning, sit quietly for 10 minutes. Simply breathe and smile with your breath. Whenever a strong emotion arises during the day, pause and return to 3 mindful breaths before reacting. Keep a meditation journal. Each day, write down one emotion and how you dealt with it. Don't wait for chaos to seek meditation. Practice now, while your heart is still calm, so you have the inner strength to face storms when they arrive. I invite you to remember, meditation is not only a tool to control emotions, it is a path of inner liberation. With consistent and gentle practice, no matter how the world shakes us, our hearts can remain serene like a still lake at dawn. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Dear beloved Dharma friends, if meditation is the boat that carries our minds across the waves of emotion, then mindfulness is the steady oar that helps us keep balance amid the turbulent currents of life. Mindfulness, sati in Pali, is not just a state of awareness during meditation. It is the art of living fully present in every action, every breath, every step we take. Mindfulness is the energy that brings us back to the present moment. Because only in the present can we truly live. Thich Nhat Hanh. 1. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is not tension, nor is it forcing ourselves to be alert. It is a gentle, profound presence. When we eat, we know we are eating. When we walk, we know we are walking. When we feel sadness, we are aware of the sadness without being swept away by it. Mindfulness is the light that illuminates each moment, helping us avoid being pulled into the past or future, not controlled by emotions or clouded by circumstances. 2. Practicing mindfulness in simple daily activities. Dear friends, many people believe that to practice, one must enter a monastery, go on retreat, or chant sutras for hours. In truth, true practice happens in each moment of daily life, in the smallest acts. When eating, instead of checking your phone or thinking aimlessly, look at each grain of rice. Feel its taste. Be grateful to the farmers who planted it, the cooks who prepared it. Eat with your full presence. This is eating meditation. When washing dishes, don't think, let's get this over with. Feel the warm water, the scent of soap, the gentle sound of dishes clinking. Wash each dish as if you are washing your heart, cleansing the dust of the world from your mind. When walking, let each step be a smile. Walk as if kissing the earth with your feet. Let your breath follow your steps, bringing you deeply into the present. Each step can take us home to the present moment, to peace. Thich Nhat Hanh. 3. How mindfulness helps regulate emotions. A mindful person will clearly see when emotions arise, but they do not let them take control. For example, when anger arises, the mindful practitioner silently acknowledges, anger is present in me. Then they breathe, pause, and choose not to speak or act until the emotion settles. They do not suppress emotions, nor do they give in to them. They simply recognize them with awareness, then respond with compassion and wisdom. Mindfulness is like a light in the darkness of ignorance. With light, there is no more fear. With mindfulness, emotions no longer dominate us. 4. The benefits of living mindfully. The mind becomes more peaceful, no longer swayed by praise or criticism. Actions slow down and become deeper, guided by insight. Relationships become warmer and more authentic. Inner wounds begin to heal through the power of presence. Let me offer a small daily practice. Each morning, when you open your eyes, don't reach for your phone. Instead, place your hand on your heart, breathe softly, and whisper, I am alive. I vow to live fully today. During the day, choose one daily activity: brushing your teeth, washing your face, sipping tea, and practice complete mindfulness in that moment. Do not let life pass by in unconsciousness. For life is nothing but a string of present moments. If we lose the present, we lose ourselves. Let me remind you of the Buddha's teaching in the Satipatthana Sutta, Discourse on the Four Foundations of Mindfulness. The practitioner observes the body in the body, feelings in the feelings, mind in the mind, and phenomena in the phenomena with mindfulness, clear comprehension, and diligence. If we can live with mindfulness in each breath, each step, each gaze, then even in the middle of the marketplace, we can touch nirvana in the heart of the present. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Dear respected practitioners, we have journeyed together through the teachings on the power of non-reaction, the practice of meditation, mindfulness in every moment, the release of ego, and the profound wisdom of silence. These are not mere ideas to admire from afar, they are seeds of liberation to be nurtured and brought into full bloom in your daily life. One insight without practice remains a mere theory. Understanding the Buddha's teachings on emotions and reactions is like recognizing the path to a distant mountain. But the true transformation comes when we walk the path day by day. Each moment presents an opportunity to pause before reacting, to breathe with awareness when disturbed, to respond with kindness rather than anger. This steady practice is what turns fleeting insight into lasting change. Mindfulness is the path to the deathless, heedfulness is the path to peace. Dhammapada. 2. Cultivating daily habits rooted in mindfulness. How do we embody these truths amid life's busyness? Here are some simple, practical ways. Morning reflection. Before the day begins, sit quietly for a few minutes. Set an intention to greet challenges with calm and compassion. Mindful pauses. Throughout your day, create small moments to check in with your emotions. When you feel agitation arising, pause, breathe deeply, and observe without judgment. Silent responses. When provoked or upset, practice the art of silence. Allow your inner calm to ripple outward, avoiding words or actions born of reactivity. Evening review. Before sleep, gently reflect on your responses during the day. Celebrate moments of wisdom and kindly note areas for growth without self-judgment. 3. Anchoring your practice with reminders. To keep mindfulness alive, use simple reminders. A meditation bell or chime to recall presence. Visual cues such as a Buddha statue or a symbol of peace in your living space. Mantras or verses to recite silently, grounding your mind in compassion and equanimity. 4. The fruit of persistent practice. When you persist in these practices, you will find greater emotional resilience, no longer tossed by every breeze of criticism or provocation. Clearer perception, seeing others and yourself with greater kindness and understanding. Deepening peace, a heart that rests in the midst of life's storms. This is not an instant transformation, but a gradual flowering of inner freedom. Just as a lotus blooms in muddy water, so too can we rise above suffering through mindful practice. Buddhist teaching. 5. Closing encouragement. Dear friends, the path of non-reaction and mindful living is open to all. It requires no special status, only a sincere heart and steady effort. Each step you take in awareness is a step toward liberation, not only for yourself but for all beings touched by your presence. May you be well, may you be peaceful, and may the light of mindfulness illuminate your way always. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha.